Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Liz Plays Quest 64. Um, I am all ready to go. I have my third cup of coffee that has been cold, and now I feel like my heart's going to explode a little bit. And I've got a Starry that I just cracked open, which is like the new Sierra Mist that got rebranded and is quite tasty and crisp and refreshing. Um, I guess I'll get right into it. I will confess that I've gained a lot of respect for Let's Players because this is my third go on this. It's very challenging to start these and just want to quit and restart immediately. But this time, I'm keeping myself honest. This is my final take. But I did want to mention it because I have some recent experience with Quest 64 now. Let me see if I can clicky over to the game here. And here we go. I don't think this is a very good game. I'm pretty fond of it, just from playing it as a kid. It feels very like mysterious and empty to me, and I like the music a lot, but that's about it. I think it's solidly like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It really feels like the kind of game that came out before they realized that you could have stories in games, even though that is like extremely not the case. Like we've been doing stories in games before 1998. Anyway, I don't know what kind of Let's Player I'm gonna be. Mostly like I don't know if I'm gonna read all the text or not. I think that I am, or at least that's where I'm going to start. This one's a rough one because number one, the text is extremely hard to read out loud. It has this like black text with this magenta outline, where a bunch of letters just look the same. So I'm really gonna struggle with that. And two, the story itself is so bare bones that I am going to get a little bit bored talking to NPCs that say like, we're under attack from a robber, like you have to go and help us, Brian. I'm gonna lose interest in that. So you'll know if I've lost interest. If I don't read it out loud, I'm probably not reading it at all, but I'm gonna do my best. Here, right here at the top, we've got the Grand Abbot, Brian. Even though I've begged you not to leave, you still say you must go after your father. No matter how wonderful your powers may be, you are still a child. Your father, Lord Bartholomew, left to search for the stolen Elatail book and has been missing for a month. No wonder you are worried about him. Contained in the words of the book is a power that exceeds human knowledge. I wonder who could have possibly stolen it from the crypt of the monastery. If an evil person should use it, the country and all of its cities will be destroyed. The spirit's blessings will disappear, and Kiltland will once again be visited by a day of grief. Bartholomew's disappearance may mean that he is caught in the fighting over the book. If you go, you may find yourself in danger as well. If you still insist, begin by going to Dondren. I'll ask the King of Dondren Castle to protect you. Very well. I really like our protagonist Brian here. I think his two like defining traits are this like cowlick that he has on his hair head thing, and then this like shepherd's crook that we're gonna bonk some guys with. Or at least I remember it being a shepherd's crook, but it's more like just like a knobby stick, I think. As you get close to a hidden spirit, you will see a sign. When you see it, press the Z button. The mark of 4 spirits will appear. Press one of the C buttons to choose which of the spirits you wish to increase. You will need as much help from each of these spirits as you can get. Use the C button like this. The fire spirit is up, the water spirit is down, the earth spirit is left, and the wind spirit is right. Memorize these positions. Already done. I think the spirit system is supposed to be like the leveling system. That's a little bit interesting because you'll level and get access to a spirit that lets you level one of the elements, but you also can look around and find these like wisps on the ground that like basically are free levels or like rare candies for you. But I guess they wouldn't affect your like base stats unless they do. I'm a little unclear on that. One of the things I do consistently is this, like, this thing that he does, because you'll try to interact with something and I get really, like, eager to do it quickly, and then I press A when I don't have the interact, as you can see, the interact prompt here. Please move. So I got the bread, which I think are potions. A funny thing about this game is I don't think that there's any gold or, like, currency. I like this guy's face. Leave now, Brian. In his last letter, Lord Bartholomew said he crossed Loch Kildery on his way to Larapool. Be very cautious, evil creatures lie in wait beyond these monastery walls. There's no gold or currency, and I think that there are just, like, static NPCs that will give you potions, but I don't know how many you can carry at a time. Like, this is my inventory. I have a couple potions that are bread. Cool horse. I don't think that you get to ride horses in this game. I've done a little bit of research ahead of time about this select an element thing, and there's surprisingly not much consensus over what the best one is. I read a lot of people speaking very authoritatively about it, but it's all, like, super contradictory. The one thing that I could figure out is that wind is, like, the best late game element, but you should put a lot of points in water to get heals to kind of sustain through the random battles. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I don't think the game is very hard, so I hope to not kneecap myself by doing a bad build. Just soaking in this majestic music. Like I said, I really like the music. And I think that I like the game because of how, like, empty and haunted it feels. And I think that that is, like, solely a result of playing it as a child and reading a lot of intention into its emptiness rather than it just having technical limitations or just being plain bad. I don't think any of these NPCs have anything for me. This is Amanda. Your father used to visit us often. He brought prosperity to all of us in Melroad. I'm glad they put dialogue for the animals. They certainly did not have to do that. It might look like I'm meandering aimlessly. I really am just looking for those little wispy spirits. I can't remember where they are in this town, or maybe I just got the only one that's by the horse. I'm not sure. I'm getting a little impatient though, so I'm gonna head out of here. Oh no, there's these, like, teleporter items, so I should probably pick that up and maybe stay at the inn to save the game, because if I die, I don't want to start back at the beginning. So I will do that real quick. Oh, this is Shannon. I remember her. Hello, Master Apprentice. I'm Shannon. I've been traveling hither and yon all over Keltland. I see you're setting out on a quest too. I trust we'll run into each other along the way. I can't control the camera, I don't think. Oh, I can press B and it just, like, sort of rotates it around. There was my old save, gone forever. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Some of the menuing is a little confusing. Getting the hell out of here. I guess I guess I had a little bit of a memory fail there and didn't get the teleporter wings, but I'll pick some up in Dondren and we should be good. The combat's really interesting. These like polygons that I can move around freely in and have to like get in range. Like that's a turn. It's really odd. If I want to escape, I can kind of like run away, and as soon as my polygon overlaps with this like external one, I can hit escape, and I think it works 100% of the time, but obviously the enemies will be following you and trying to attack you. There's a lot of missing early in the game, it looks like. It's sort of funny. When I was trying to recreate NeoQuest in RPG Maker, I spent a lot of time playing the original NeoQuest and making spreadsheets to try to reverse engineer the like enemy stat growth and experience points that you have to gain to level up. And one of the things I discovered is that in NeoQuest you miss, I think, either 50% of the time or over 50% of the time. And I don't think this game is quite that bad, but I do think you miss a lot in the beginning. These guys are real bastards. I can easily dodge the wind spell from those rabbits, and I legitimately don't know if you are supposed to be able to dodge this like fire breath attack. There's no maps in this game, which is terrible for me because I get really turned around in games, and this one isn't really doing me any favors since everything looks exactly the same. But after you get out of a battle, it kind of points Brian in the right direction. Or at least the direction that you were going. Here's my level 1, oh, it missed, my level 1 water attack. We'll see if it does more damage than my stick. Getting a little low on HP here. I would like to be able to make it to Dondren, the next town, without using my like higher level bread. I just want to use the like fresh bread. One thing that is probably a little annoying about me playing RPGs, and I'm gonna try not to do this, but I love to overlevel bosses and spend a lot of time grinding out levels before I go to the next area, and it makes me feel like I'm really good at the game because I'm just like overleveling everything. I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm gonna try to go at the pace that the game wants me to go. Or at least keep the fights a little challenging, which it looks like I maybe was supposed to fight some guys outside of the first town to get some levels, because it's kind of a long trek to Dondren. You generate mana by walking, so what I'm hoping to get is my first heal level, because I can just spam the heal between battles. And then regen the mana as I walk. Kinda playing it a little risky here. Oh, I'm frozen. Frozen forever. heal yet. No, I do not. By now, yes. Okay, so I got the first heal. Travelers don't show up here very often. It seems that it isn't safe anywhere on the roads these days. I see a future for you fraught with danger and challenges that no ordinary human could meet. It isn't clear, but your destiny awaits you at the end of the longest road. Brian is no mere human. I think this game is pretty grindy, at least from what I remember of it. I thought about doing the Seventh Saga as my first Let's Play, but that game, I think I would have to grind levels like while not recording, and my ratio of like grinding levels is probably like 60 hours to like 20 hours of content, which is absurd. Maybe that's an exaggeration. I would love to do it, and maybe I'll find like an English patch of the Japanese version, Elnard, because it is just like scaled so you don't have to grind as much, and the player character is much stronger. So we'll see. Two misses in a row, that's annoying. So I think I just have to pass this one house, and then the city should be on my right. Spirit. So now I can heal myself and then res or regen my mana as I'm walking. Farther along this road is Dondren in the Connor Forest. Don't get careless in the woods, a robber is about. See, I get very turned around. I like that the first boss is a robber. It feels it feels very silly. I should be using my spells more. I don't know if they're like, yeah, that is quite a bit better than my automatic attack. Wish I had a ranged automatic attack so I didn't have to waste my turns walking at enemies that are ranged. I'm gonna still just put points in water. That's fine. There's a lot going on in gaming right now while I'm in the Quest 64 mines here. We have Tears of the Kingdom just came out. I guess it's probably been a couple weeks and I've only put like 15 hours in it. It's a game that just didn't work for me, which is so sad, and I feel like such a sucker because Breath of the Wild didn't really either. I guess I'm just an old school Zelda fan. I love to go to temples to collect like medallions or whatever, get keys to doors, etc. Solve little puzzles. and the divine beasts in Breath of the Wild just didn't like scratch that itch. Whereas I think they were supposed to be kind of the stand-in for that. But I was like, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, it's got like more, it has dungeons that are like more like old school Zelda. So I was a huge sucker and I fell for it. And I hate building those contraptions. No game has ever made me feel so much like I hate fun as Tears of the Kingdom has. I'm like, it's putting all of these like toys in front of me and it's just like, use your imagination, play with these fun like game pieces, and I can't do it. Oh, what a handsome lad. Show us some magic and I'll give you something refreshing to drink. Here's a droplet of morning dew. So is morning dew the same as dewdrop? Must be, because that's all I have. There's always some fresh bread for you. Come again when you have run out. So I think these NPCs will give you bread if you don't have it, but you can like get bread as a monster drop and hold more than one. Why is there nothing in this house? I'm walking where I came from. This town I remember being like a maze, so please forgive me as I look for the inn, which I believe I've just found, and the wings so I can teleport here. It's nice to meet you again, Master Apprentice. I'm surprised you made it this far so quickly. I assume you've heard that a robber is hiding in the forest not far from here. He has blocked off the road to Loch Kildery. Just our luck. We're stuck here until the road opens again. Save me game. I don't think I have to go talk to the king here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I like their green and purple tile. All the guards have great faces in this game. The throne room is through these great doors. You have been cleared to pass. Something, something. Why have you kept us waiting? We've had a serious robbery here and the king has no time to waste, so be quick about it. Oh my gosh, the interaction, like, hitbox is infuriating. So you're the Master Apprentice the Grand Abbot has written about. Welcome to Dondren. I know you are searching for your father, Lord Bartholomew. He was missing on his quest for the Elatail book. I would like to help, but first I must take care of a pressing matter. You may have heard of the brazen thief who stole the earth orb from my secret treasury. I sent my troops in pursuit, but they were helpless before the thief's black magic. He now blocks the road to Loch Kildery. If you are to continue your quest, the roads must once again be made safe. Very well. I think there's stuff in here. I'm gonna take the king's stuff. So this is obviously supposed to be like Fantasy Ireland, which is sort of a funny choice for a game, and it's just like a stand-in for the story because there isn't one really. We have stories in games, and they just decided this one didn't need one, I guess, which it doesn't with the innovative combat system. Heal level 2. No, not yet. Now, my next micro goal here is to find the wings that will teleport me back to the town if I get into a scrape. But they They're hard to find. I think they're over here. Okay. We did it. You're the Melroad Magician's apprentice, aren't you? Your quest is very difficult. Something yellow wings. They ought to help. You must remember that wings will not work in the forests or caves. It should be where they are most useful. Okay, so I think next, what I should do, what the wise thing to do, is to go grind some levels to fight the boss. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't know what the penalty for dying is, like if it takes some of your spirits or some of your XP, because it can't take any of your gold. This is a baby child's game though, so maybe it just doesn't do anything other than send you back to the inn. So I might just make a beeline to the boss and see if I can fight it or see how far off I am from fighting it. Because I'm feeling pretty strong here. What is Soul Searcher? Maybe it reveals the enemy's HP? Should be handy. Let us find out. What? They have some sort of magnifying glass above their head. I have no idea what that did. Those goops remind me of World of Warcraft, while I'm sure that both the goops in this and the World of Warcraft goops are referencing something else. Here we are in the first dungeon, the forest. I think there's a spirit in here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. A tree and some rocks, I suppose. Playing as much World of Warcraft as I did in Season 1 of Dragonflight, but I'm slowly working my way into some score in Season 2. I have this weird problem with one of the Mythic Plus dungeons, where there's like a waterfall that you have to fall down, and I don't know if it's just my game or if it's like a consistent bug that people have. But when I'm swimming, I have to, when I run forward, it just takes me straight down instead of forward like it's supposed to. So I keep getting stuck on this waterfall that I can't go down, and the solution is to turn my character model and walk backwards, and it makes me so slow to oh, I just died! Well, I guess I'll find out what the death penalty is. I was talking about World of Warcraft, and I did not pay attention to my HP at all. Okay. Yes. I can't believe I did that. I just wasn't looking. I think I have the same number of spirits, though. My good friend Zizi told me when I was talking to them about doing this Let's Play, they were like, isn't Quest 64 the one that has a day-night cycle that maybe affects the gameplay? And I've played this game a ton, and I literally have never noticed that it has a day-night cycle. I am, of course, noticing it right now. I don't think it affects anything. I don't think there's different events that play. But I'll be on the lookout. I can't believe I died. I died to those guys that kick kick wind whirlwinds at you, and to me they look like kangaroos, but I don't think they're supposed to be at all, and I don't know what my kangaroo association is with those. Maybe my death was a good thing. Maybe it's going to like give me more opportunity to get some experience before the boss. Sometimes I wonder if I'm playing this game right. Like, I spend a lot of time just like walking up and like smacking guys with my stick. And I think I'm probably supposed to be using magic more, and I think it does a lot more damage. And because my mana regens outside of battle, then that makes way more sense to do. Can I clip both of these guys with the same spell? Yes, I can. But here I am again, just like using my automatic attack. Now this is good. This is good. I have a more reasonable number of spirits going into this. I think if I go... I think this is a big circle, maybe? But I think this way is faster to get to the boss. Very nasty. I know that wind is like really easily dodgeable, but my muscle memory just isn't quite there. The level 1 wind, you just have to like run in a little circle, so I have the muscle memory for that. But the 3 winds are more challenging. I think this music is very creepy. Yeah, here's the boss. It's just right. I think that there's another spirit though if I keep walking this way. Yeah, these. They look like kangaroos to me. I don't know if it's some sort of like Kangaroo Jack association with his clothes. Wait, maybe Kangaroo Jack doesn't wear clothes at all. I have no idea. Water pillar level 3. Okay, I'm not going to ignore my HP this time. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm lost now. Okay, since there's no penalty to dying other than bringing you back, this is probably infuriating to watch. How do I get in here? I'm just gonna go to the boss and see how it goes. If I can open the door? Hello? This is the door to the boss, right? Signs you can't read at all. Brian, please. Am I going nuts? Is this not a door? I'm so confused. Okay, well, I'm going to see if I can find that other spirit. And then maybe something will come to me as to how to get through the door. I should be using my spells more. I can heal. That was out of range, apparently. Some really good N64 camera stuff. Can I? Okay, so you just have to press B and it'll like rotate the camera a little bit, but then it snaps back for some reason. Okay, I may be in a little bit of trouble. I don't have any mana. And I really don't want to use my bread because I have that boss fight. But my mana regen's really fast. It's kind of nice. Game's easy. Celine's Bell. I don't know what that does. Okay, so I have more inventory space than I thought. Captivate your enemy's friends. Okay, freezes the enemy. That seems bad since all of the enemies so far have had like ranged attacks instead of walking up and just smacking me. Maybe this one is about to. No, see? So I don't know why I would want to freeze them. I like this frog. It reminds me a lot of the frog in Super Mario RPG. I guess it's probably not very weak to water, huh? I don't know if there's any... Don't worry, I do have an eye on my HP. I don't know if there's any like elemental weaknesses in this game. What else is going on in gaming other than Quest 64 and Tears of the Kingdom? Diablo is coming out in like 3 days, and it is impressive that Blizzard has made a Diablo game that I'm not gonna buy. I have probably played like hundreds of hours of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, and yet they managed it. I was really excited about it because it really is like a return to a Diablo aesthetic that I appreciate, and I played during the open beta weekend and was super hype about it, and the intro sequence was really fun. Healing? And then I had like the biggest disappointment of my life when I realized that it kind of does the Path of Exile thing where there's a shared open world and there just is necessarily other people in your game, which is so not what Diablo is to me. I've always played Diablo more like a single player game than anything else, and I am astounded they made a Diablo game that I'm not gonna buy. And it's $70 and it has a battle pass for cosmetics, which is just so backwards to me. They think that they can get away with that, and I guess are going to get away with it because I think people are pretty excited about the game. They also have like some sort of like KFC promo that I think makes the game seem so cheap. And it's just like, this is the silliest complaint in the world, but there are like KFC items in the game, and because I'm necessarily like opted into playing with other people, you are just like, you're opted into seeing people's dumb KFC items too. And they still blend in, but it's the principle of the thing. If you're selling a $70 game, it should not be allowed. have a battle pass. All the cosmetics should just be in the game. I know I look like I'm just like walking around aimlessly, but I know there's a tree that has like a weird root coming out of it, and next to the root is a spirit. So I'm just trying to like get levels to go do this boss. I still think the boss is gonna kick my ass though, because I think this game is grindier than it seems. I know there's not like really a problem with dead air in Let's Plays. Someone on Twitter was telling me that like, and this was like such a good reminder that people watch Let's Plays like on their second monitor while they're doing something else, which makes a lot of sense, and I totally do that too. But it's hard to not want to talk during these like grindy battles, but I honestly don't have that much going on. I've just been busy like doing my day job and then podcasting and playing World of Warcraft, which is like not that much. I wrote my first Goodreads review a couple months ago for the Magicians trilogy, which you might know from the sci-fi show that adapted those books. They are not very good, but they like for some reason scratch this weird itch for me of like otherworldly like magic horror. But to like get to that stuff, you have to like, oh my god, I died again. I was trying to like talk about something while doing these stupid random battles, and I just stopped looking at my HP. I was doing so good. Did I lose a spirit? Was I at 18 before? I'll have to review the tapes and find out. I'm sorry, that must be so frustrating to watch me just die because I'm not paying attention. And now I have to walk all the way back. Oh my god. Anyway, so I wrote this review for the Magicians. Let me pull it up here. I think it's a really great review. Yeah, so I wrote, the series as a whole has a lot of elements that really work for me, but commits so many sins that I would recommend it to basically no one. The otherworldly horror is very well done. On the other hand, it uses the phrase "for the lulz." That is what it says that in the book, which is a capital offense. A very generous 4 out of 5 for being trash that is laser targeted at me specifically. And I think I stand by that. It really isn't a 4 out of 5. It's quite bad. What else did I read recently? I read the first like 2 or 3 Witcher books and had a good time with those. And I had this moment because I was gonna read more, and I got really into this Goodreads thing because I am like addicted to like tracking like achievos, and like using Goodreads and tracking your reading feels like getting an achievo a little bit because it like tracks your like pages read and books read, and you can like set goals and stuff. So I read all this genre fiction, like I read the Magicians trilogy, and I read the Witcher books, and I was like, okay, it's time to like read some literature. So I've been looking at all these lists that are like best novels of 2021 or whatever, because I kind of stopped reading for a little while outside of the podcast. And so I picked up Cloud Cuckoo Land, which is on a lot of lists, I think for either 2020 or 2021. And I didn't really think much of it. It just popped up in so many that I picked it up. And it just like solidly halted my reading achievos because it reads a little bit like a movie that is made to win the Oscars. Also, when I opened it up, I knew I was in for it because it was like, this is Obama's favorite book for 2021. And I was like, oh boy, that's not what I meant to do. So no, not a fan. I haven't given it like that much of a chance though, but it's sitting on my bedside table, not being read. I read Clara and the Sun. That was pretty good, I thought. Clara and the Sun was very engaging, and I read it in about 2 days because I couldn't quite put it down. And I mean this in like the most complimentary way possible, that it really feels a little bit like YA-y, but in a good way, like what YA was before it is what it is today. I know that doesn't make any sense. It's like sort of imparting something to you. And I just thought it was quite good. Okay, will this door open for me? I'm sorry, I clearly need to look this up because I'm not just gonna like be at this door trying to open it. Quest 64 walk through. Okay, I'm looking at one of those old school like notepad walkthroughs, which is how it should be. Connor Forest. This place has some of the biggest and terrible monsters in the game. Well, for your level at least. I agree. See an orange roof house. Soon enough we'll come to a fork. Should be around 12 to 6 in your elements, which is decent. So you should be around 13 in defense and 50. I have stats in this game? Wow, I had no idea. 13 in defense and 15 in agility. Wow, I'm not even close. And it looks like the stats like grow separately? What the hell? So I think this bubble fills up and gives me a spirit, but that is separate to leveling the stats? What an innovative game. Okay, why can't I go through the door though? Go through the blue gates. Okay, so this is not a blue gate, so this is like not where I'm supposed to be going. I wonder if it opens after you fight the boss. That is probably what's going on here. I'm gonna use my spells more. I know I've said that like 3 times. There's no map in this game, which is really frustrating. I don't know if I've said that Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on my HP. Okay, I think this is the exit. I think I need to walk the other direction. There's so many battles. I just want to escape them, but I think that I need the levels or the boss is gonna kick my ass. It's fine. Looks like I get mana for auto-attacking as well. I keep saying auto-attack, which reveals me as a MOBA player. I guess I could say white hit and reveal myself as a World of Warcraft player. Call it the basic attack from now on. Okay, my HP is at 15. Shit. I think that the Earth element is supposed to have like a good AoE spell. But I don't know if I want to start putting points in it or if I should max out water first. There are so many of these enemies. At least they like come into range instead of just doing ranged attacks and making me waste turns to get to them. Earl the cat is currently laying in the sun to my right, and it's very cute. It's a sweet boy. I also have like a huge spider right behind me. It's one of those, I think people call them wolf spiders a lot, but it's not a wolf spider. It's a giant house spider, and it's just been chilling in the corner on the ceiling, so I can't really get to it. It's also way too big for me to like want to squish it because it's like too meaty. Grosses me out. I don't think these are very weak to water. No, they aren't. Referencing Jordan Peterson is like really tired at this point. I don't think anyone like even likes him anymore. Maybe that's like wishful thinking, but he's like so absurd at this point. There's this like one clip that is like stuck with me forever, which is where he talks about how like chimpanzees are better off when there's like a snake around because it keeps them like scared, and so like the fear, I don't remember what he says that the fear makes them like better at. Maybe like better at like they're just like more alert, and so he like is like that's better to be like vigilant. But I think this spider is probably making me better at Quest 64 by making me like a little bit scared. Oh, it's moved too. I thought it might be dead because it's been there for like 3 days, and I think that giant house spiders move around a lot. But this one was just sort of like sitting. So I thought maybe it's dead, and that's why it's not moving around. But it did just move in the last like 2 hours or so. This big plant. Had more HP before. water attacks? I had no idea. Okay, I have 13 HP. I have 8 HP. I have 69 max HP. I can't believe I died twice. Just showing off my gaming prowess. That's the thing with this, is like, I don't know anything about audio or video. I'm not very good at games. I get really lost in games, so this should be a good time. I'm sure it's not at all infuriating to watch. I was hoping I could clip 2 guys at once. Random battles are putting me to sleep. So I will have a refreshing... Ah, I didn't move. I'm having a refreshing sip of my Starry. Oh, I just skipped my turn. That's fine. Okay, I think this is the door to the boss that is straight ahead. I don't want to fight these guys. Okay. And I got all these extra levels, but I think the boss is still gonna kick my ass. And then maybe I'll do some like leveling off camera. Just because it's so mundane. Especially how I just like auto attack them constantly. Silver amulet obtained. Perhaps that will be helpful to me in the boss fight. Speaking of auto-attacking, I have been playing a lot of League of Legends again. I took a long break because I had this moment, it's like I play a ton of World of Warcraft, right? And I'm like, why don't I get tilted in WoW? And it kind of led to me feeling like this epiphany where I'm just like, I don't like PvP games. Like, I just don't have what it takes. People really hurt my feelings in them. I get really, like, flustered and embarrassed when I mess up. So maybe I'm just like not a PvP game type person. But I came back to just play a couple ARAMs in League of Legends, and I'm like, I hate to say it, but I do love that game. It's Udyr. What's this? What business do you have in the castle of Is it Solvering or Salvering? The letters look the same. Solvering, king of beasts. Did that fool in Dondren order you to come after me? Idiocy. I stole the Earth Orb and it is all mine. With it, I'll become the ruler of Kenishire. I'll show you humans what real power is. This will probably be my 4th. Oh, I didn't heal first. Oh no. I'm a fool. Let me use my silver amulet. Okay, so that's dodgeable. If sometimes. He's weak to water. That seemed pretty good. Ooh, a miss is kind of brutal. Okay. I wish I knew how much HP he had. I guess with that miss, we're like reset a little bit. Ouch! Oh, my defense. My defense boost wore off. I think I might win this. Just kidding. I'm out of mana. Dewdrop? Red? Some really engaging combat here. I have to not get impatient and skip a turn. That's paramount to my success here. I don't think running away does anything for me with that attack. Maybe it does less if you're not as close. I think so. Wow! I'm honestly shocked. We've done it. Earth Orb obtained. So do I have to bring this back to the king and he probably like opens the door that I was trying to get through? Move. Okay. This is scary music. Okay. Well, I will return the Earth Orb, I suppose. And I can't wings out of here because it doesn't work in forests or caves. So I'm gonna call it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I died like 3 times purely from not paying attention. But I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next time to return the Earth Orb. And I suppose go on to the next area through that door I was trying to walk through. Thanks again.